gone ahead and continued to refine my little animated sequence of my storyboards using the video sequence editor here in Blender, and I'm really starting to dig what I've created. Here's what I got so far. Little Dumbo is getting a bath, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. But maybe I want to start changing this opening shot a little bit. I think I want to have it zoom in to this to the bubbles to kind of function as a master shot, to draw focus to what's happening in this little bathtub here. And so I want to animate the scale of this object across the duration of the clip. I like the duration, the overall timing of this shot, but I want to start changing it ever so slightly. And that will bring us to working with our transform tools way over here on the right-hand side of the video sequence editor. We have a whole series of tools, and if you hit the N key, if it doesn't show up on your side, the side of your timeline, the N key, N as in November, will pop open this part of our interface, and we can have access to our transform tools. And this will allow us to change the location of an object. We can also change its size and scale. We can also rotate any number of our clips. We can also mirror this clip along the X and the Y value. We can even start to crop it if we'd like. There's a whole bunch of options that are available to us inside of our transform tools on the right-hand side of each one of these clips. Now for me, what I want to do is I want to go in and start to scale this object across the duration of my clip. So I'm going to go in. Here's the scale values. These are what I want to adjust. And I think I'm going to keyframe each one of these channels at this location, at the location of the playhead, by clicking this little button right here. There we go. So I've just thrown down a keyframe for these two values. I want to move my playhead to the end of the shot, which is over here. Let's go back and select it again. And I'm going to place a keyframe as well. Blender does a great job of color coding all of these channels to describe to us quite wonderfully which channels have been keyframed. So right now, they're all keyframed. Yellow means keyframe. Let's put this to 6.5. There we go. And now, it didn't accept the keyframe. That's because my auto key system isn't on. Let's put this to 6.5 again. 0.5. And we'll key it again. The orange means that we've made a change that wasn't keyed. There we go. It's a little too fast for my tastes, so I need to go in and make some adjustments to this keyframing. Now, I don't want to move the keyframes inside of the shot, but I do want to go in and change their values. Now, if you look way down here at the bottom of the screen, and I apologize because it is at the bottom, we have a whole bunch of timeline controls for all of our stuff. And of course, we have our playhead controls. We have our view controls for different parameters of our timeline, but I want to turn on the auto keys system way down here, and it's this little dot. That way, whenever I make a change to a value that's already been keyframed, it's going to save those values. I don't want to have to go through the process of rekeying this every single time, just like I did a moment ago. I want to very quickly go in, maybe do 6 and 6. See how it automatically keyed it? It didn't go orange, it stayed yellow, which is Blender's way of telling us, yeah, that we are in fact keyframing this channel in here. I'm going to go back to that location one more time. I think if I remember correctly, the value that's on frame 1 is 5.6. Let's go to that next keyframe, and let's put this at 5.8 and then 5.8. There we go. Just a small, very subtle push in. Yeah, I like that. It's small, it's simple, it's subtle, and it allows us to very quickly bring our audience into those moments. The transform tools over here on the right-hand side do an excellent job of reminding us and allowing us to continue to craft our storyboards in some really, really cool ways. One final thought about these transform tools, and this is specific to maybe your storyboards if you had gone in and maybe put all your storyboards in a single file, kind of like this. So here's those exact same Dumbo storyboards, but all just on a single sheet. This is fine. A lot of storyboard artists do this. They'll just have one piece of paper and then they'll draw a whole bunch of individual frames on one piece. Now you don't necessarily have to go in and cut all of these up like I did with all of my individual Dumbo stuff. You could just use this individual large contact sheet for your storyboards if you were to simply go in and continue to work with your transform tools. There we go. Now, check it out. We can continue to position these storyboard frames right inside the canvas. You can even crop it if you'd like to. For example, let me go forward in time just a little bit. Maybe we're working on this shot where the mom takes Dumbo out of the bathtub. Maybe we want it to be relatively small. We just want the audience to focus and ourselves to focus on this one storyboard panel. Well, I don't have to keep re-adding and re-importing the master file over here into my timeline. I could just simply grab it, right-click, and choose Duplicate Strips. Keyboard shortcut Shift-D. And now we have a duplicate of that, and it's going to save all of its transform information. So now on this next one, I don't have to rescale it. Let's just change its location on the y-axis. Something like that. And we can very quickly continue to build our storyboard, our animatic, if you will, like this. Wonderful. So the working with these transform tools make it really, really easy for us to quickly reconstruct our storyboards in our timeline. This is the next big step for us in crafting and understanding the short film that we're going to be making for the final project in this class. And all of the tools inside the video sequence editor do a fantastic job of helping us get to that conclusion very, very quickly.